What's good, Greatness Gang? Welcome back to wait a minute. What's my intro? Oh, what's good, Greatness Gang? Welcome back to another reaction. And today I have a very special reaction. No, this one is actually special. I know I say they all are special, but this one is actually special because I have a special guest in this reaction. You probably can tell from the thumbnail that I will have my son joining me for another reaction. He did a reaction with me before, so he got more coming in the future. It'd be a little bit difficult trying to ease him in here, but we figuring it out, we working it out. So the song we're gonna be reacting to is a song that both him and I heard over 1 million times because he just keep it on repeat. He won't stop playing it. The song is Take On Me by Aha. I guess that's how they pronounce their name, but I don't know what really draws him in to this song. He listened to it every morning before school. He listened to it when he come home. He even listened to many cover bands doing their version of this song. And I'm just like, oh my God, please cut this song off. So I found it an idea. I was like, hey, let me let the Greatness Gang community watch him react to this song. He never watched the full video straight through. He usually would just listen to the song on my phone on streaming services. So I was like, let me actually let him sit down and watch the full video and see his reaction. So that's what we're going to do. And after you watch his reaction, stick around to the end of the episode and watch me react to the making of Take On Me. Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to my channel.
Hello, Greatness Gang.
Greatness Gang.
What song are you doing today?
Take On Me.
Say Aha.
Aha.
Ready, guys?
Ready, guys.
Is this song exciting or fun?
Fun. See where here. Okay.
Talking away. Say it anyway. Today is my day to find out. Shine
away. was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Done.
How was it? Fantastic?
Fantastic.
What was the song?
Take on me.
Say subscribe to my channel.
To my channel.
Say thanks, guys.
So thanks, guys.
Say bye.
Say bye.
All right, so Greatness Gang, that was the reaction from me and my son. Thanks for checking it out. So you're going to watch me react to the making of Take On Me. I'm not going to watch all of the episodes of it because it's kind of lengthy. We're just going to react to episode 1 just to get a little history and see their creative process.
Take on me.
Neil Rogers, Nile Rogers.
I think it's just he's just got a great voice. I mean, as a singer, you really see his range in that, don't you? You see an incredible
Yeah, you do.
throughout it.
If I hear Take On Me, I'll get on the dance floor, and that's a pretty high bar for me.
A great pop song is a wonderful thing, and Take On Me is one of the truly great pop songs.
That melody is so hypnotizing.
The first time I met Paul and Magna, I'd heard their band, their former band, The Bridges, on stage at my school, and I was totally mesmerized by the aura of their music.
We had a band before AHA called Bridges, and we were planning for, since we were 16, that we were going to go to England and try to, get a deal and stuff like that.
It was literally just the two of us with an idea that we were a band and that we, we'd lost a couple of mates who weren't as into it as we were. We were looking for new people, but it was just the two of us and a lot of instruments, and we would play at my grandfather's house with a piano and a guitar amp, and then we would get to borrow rehearsal rooms, whether it be in attics or in basement. At the time, we were deeply embedded in 60s psychedelic music and emulating our heroes like The Doors and Jimi Hendrix, and just looking for direction.
Towards the end of that period, we were sort of getting a little more catchy, trying to write a little more easy on the ears stuff,
And that particular song came about in a kindergarten, in a kind of a bomb shelter. And I was 15 and Paul was 16, and we were just knocking things around.
It was super poppy, so we tried the first version we did. It was a very sort of punky thing to sort of offset the catchiness of it.
And I just remember Paul's first reaction was like, "Oh, that's so cheesy, that's so poppy, we can't use that." And I was like, "Really? It sounds quite catchy to me."
I go to see them.
It's always funny, some of the biggest songs of all time almost didn't happen. I love hearing stories like this.
I'm at Paul's parents' place. First thing I hear is the riff of Take On Me. So Max plays that on the piano, and Paul strums along on the guitar. And instantly I know that this is it. This is the key to the world.
It was one of the first things he said, that is a universal hit riff. We have to do something with that. And I think that's when things came together.
The riff was such a strong piece, and it had a certain particular spirit to it, and the song needed to be of kind of a related nature, but stand against the riff at the same time.
We used to call it the Juicy Fruit song because it reminded us of these advertisements of the good life for Coca-Cola with like American kids with sunshine in their hair, looking like they're the happiest people on the planet. And we thought, that's not us. We're like dark Norwegian troubled souls. We can't do that.
And I knew that it wasn't there, as we were toying with it, playing with it, trying little bits and pieces and then leaving it. And we left it many, many times. We just put it aside.
And
it was overthinking it.
Tried to redo it again. I think we did like 2 or 3 different versions of that song. But for me, it was always the chorus, because it just left me sort of a bit cold in the end, because it was catchy and stuff, but you felt sort of like it didn't really grab me, or didn't really sort of move me. It took a long time to sort of try to come up with that.
I have to say that I don't think it's ever been pointed out before, but Andrew Wickham is probably the most important factor in the song being the way it is today.
My name is Andrew Wickham, and I was the International Vice President of A&R for Warner Brothers Records in California, stationed in London. I had a call from Terry Slater saying, look, I've got this band, they're from Norway, they're called Aha, would you come and see them? I went out in a car with Terry. We went out there to Sydenham, and there was this long corridor leading to this little studio. And we got out of the car, I entered the corridor, and I could see standing at the end these three boys, just glowing in all their sort of blonde Nordic beauty. It was like something out of Hans Christian Andersen. They then auditioned 3 songs. The first one was a song called Dot the I. The second one was a song called Living a Boy's Adventure Tale, and the third one was Take On Me. And I couldn't believe my ears when I heard Morten Harket sing. I thought, how can somebody who looks like a film star sound like Roy Orbison? So I thought, this is unbelievable. I had to sign this. So I signed it.
Finds us, signs us, but we are a signed act to the American Warner Brothers. And then we are left to be developed and looked after by WEA in the UK. They have really no incentive because they don't own the act.
I mean, it doesn't help to release a substandard recording with the worst video imaginable.
Oh, it's an original music video.
Yeah, the first video, you know, we had no control. We just kind of showed up and tried to do
that don't look nothing like the second one.
The first release was not successful. Second wasn't successful. The third was there was a third sort of haphazard attempt at release.
We were kind of desperate because we knew we'd lost
multiple.
Take On Me as a hit song. And there was just no way we had the power at the time to go back to the record company and say, can we have more money? Can we try a few more days in the studio? We did try, and strangely or not, we succeeded in convincing them that a change of producer would make all the difference. And that's when Alan Tanya was brought in.
I didn't really know who to get to produce Aha. So I asked Terry, because he'd been the head of A&R at EMI, who should we get? And he said, well, Alan Tanya has been working with Cliff. And Alan Tanya is really a great talent. I said, what's he done? He said, I didn't know. He said, well, he wrote Ain't It Funny How We Don't Talk Anymore. So I said, say no more. This is, let's get him.
Whose song is that?
About Aha is they were desperate to prove something within the music business. They were from Norway, after all, and no one had really been from Norway. They arrived in this country absolutely determined to do. They had fabulous energy and enthusiasm. When they came to the studio that day to do Take On Me, they loved it so much being in that studio. And I think the proof is in what happened to that record.
The first the producer that we had, Tony Mansfield, he was really in love with a machine called a Fairlight. So he liked to put everything into this machine. And by doing that, he had to sort of discard a lot of the stuff we had in the demo to make it fit into this thing. So when we redid that song with Tony, he actually liked the demo we had much better. So then the approach was, let's look at all the parts you have and try to make them sound better.
I think the initial version of Take On Me that Aha made themselves, that's what the record company loved, and Terry Slater, they loved that. So all I did...
See, sometimes songs work when you first create, and that's when all the energy, that's when all the magic is really there. Then you might take some time away, come back, mess with it again. That's when you like kind of forcing stuff and you start overthinking and overproducing. You start doing too much. You got to go with that initial feeling sometimes. Just leave it alone.
It was basically made a version which resembled their original version as much as I possibly could.
He would sort of recreate the parts and you know, beef them up and make them sound a lot better than what we had. So where we had the...
They just needed a better mix.
You would make it with, layer it up with like 20 different synths.
I had a Juno 60 at the time. To record Take On Me, that riff was such an important part of the recording that was the perfect instrument for it. And Paul and myself worked on it to find the ideal sound, which we did, and that is the sound you hear on that record, and I think it's just so perfect for that record.
We tried to make things sort of programmed sounding at those days, but we didn't actually have a computer, so we sort of played it like we were machines and tried to make it sound really contemporary. So while he had this old BBC computer that was kind of ancient even at the time, but it was very, very tight sort of timing-wise for the synths.
So I got Paul and Mags to play at the same time on Take On Me. They had a keyboard each, and they were playing, and it was just so exciting.
And all of a sudden, with Tani, during that process, I realized, a split second, I realized how to approach it with my voice. And then it was there. It had its wings.
So then Jeff Aroff enters the picture.
Jeff Aroff, certainly pivotal.
You're meeting this guy, Jeff Aroff. He really likes the band, he really likes the music, and he has an idea for a video.
All right, so that was Take On Me. Aha. I love that song. My son loves that song, as you can see. Let me know what other songs you think my son will like from this era, because I'm actually surprised that he likes that. So thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Oh, I can't speak. Love you guys.